conclude today, chapter 23. Chapter 23, in one word, miyuchadim, united, bound up. He spoke about 3 degrees of connection with the divine through the act of doing mitzvahs, through the Torah study. And that's what we're focused in right now, and what we're actually doing. And today, we've actually spoken about this previously, but he concludes and says that this idea of this union that we have with the divine should draw upon us a great sense of awe when we engage in the study of Torah. How so? Well, when you consider how the soul and its garments are the self-expression of the soul, which is the thought and speech in this instance when it comes to Torah study, because that's what you need your thoughts to be here, present, and to speak in the speech, well, my speech at least, in this instance, to be aligned with the words of the Tanya. And as a result, we're truly fused in a perfect unity. A perfect unity. Tachlis hayichud is the Hebrew words. Tachlis hayichud is probably even more than perfect. It's like the ultimate in perfect unity with the divine will. And because it's the divine will that we are studying and learning, and hence in a perfect unity with, the divine will is bound up in one with the Ein Sof, with God himself. And this is, even though as we explained yesterday at great length, we don't experience this union, this unity, this perfect connection. We don't experience it, but the Alter Rebbe says, that this union being greater than any other kind of connection to the divine, even in the spiritual worlds. Even in the spiritual worlds, which a person would probably think that, the union is greater there. It's not. The light is greater, but not the connection is greater. So yes, the angels and souls over there are saying Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. They're like, holy, God is holy, because the presence is much more real. But the union and the connection isn't as perfect unity as it is here. Not nearly. So, no comparison. So this fulfills the words that God commanded us to fulfill his statutes in order that we should have reverence for him. Fear, reverence, awe. And this is what we should meditate upon before we study. Is this idea that that we have a sense of reverence. Reverence means respect for it as a result. So we deal with it in a respectful manner. Furthermore, a fear, not the negative sense of fear. Fear means that, just like, fear is something that when we're stricken with fear, it's very palpable and very real. So reverence is sort of more, maybe, we'll get that in a moment. Reverence, fear, and ultimately awe. And as the Alter Rebbe says and concludes his very short teachings, that the awe that we would have in what we're engaged in, most of us won't be able to achieve that. That's far and above and beyond that we can sustain that kind of reverence, fear, awe. But minimally, that we should at least be mindful of what this great unity is, and there's no greater unity than the study of Torah. Um, and that's one of the things that we need to come to as a result of our study.